You're listening to Historical Perspectives with Mr. Malt. Learn about life by looking at our history. Teachers, for more information about historical perspectives, search Mr. Malt's Marketplace on Teachers Pay Teachers or at mrmaltmarketplace.com. Happy learning!
The Canyon Adventure. The Peterson family had been planning their trip to the Grand Canyon for months. When the day finally came, Sarah, who was 8 years old, could hardly sit still in the car. Her little brother, Ben, was only 5, but he kept pointing out every cactus he saw along the road. "Look, another one," he shouted as they drove closer and closer to the canyon. When they arrived, Sarah's mouth dropped open. "Wow, it's huge," she said. The Grand Canyon stretched farther than she could imagine. The red, orange, and yellow layers of rock gleamed in the sunlight. "Okay, everyone grab your backpacks," Dad said. "We are going on a hike." Mom handed out water bottles, and they all started walking down one of the hiking trails. Sarah noticed the steep cliffs and held onto her dad's hand. She spotted a tiny lizard darting across the rocks. "Look, Dad, a lizard," she called out. Ben picked up a small rock. "Do you think this rock is 1 billion years old?" he asked. Mom smiled. "Maybe. The canyon's rocks tell the story of how the earth has changed over time. Isn't that amazing?" As they continued, they met a park ranger wearing a brown hat. She told them about the Colorado River far below. "The river carved this canyon over millions of years," the ranger explained. "If you listen closely, you might even hear it rushing down there." Sarah and Ben stopped walking and closed their eyes. Sure enough, they could hear a faint rushing sound in the distance. Later, they found a spot to rest near the edge of the canyon. Dad pulled out a camera while Mom passed around sandwiches. The view was breathtaking. "This is the best picnic spot ever," Sarah declared. Ben pointed to a bird flying far above their heads. "What kind of bird is that?" he asked. "Oh, that's a condor," said Mom. "They are very rare and have wings wider than our arms." Everyone tried to stretch out their arms as wide as they could. Ben giggled when Dad's arms were wider than anyone else's. When the sun started to set, the sky turned pink, gold, and purple. The canyon glowed in the evening light. "It's like the rocks are on fire," Sarah said with wonder. Mom hugged her and said, "It's why people call sunsets here magical." By the time they reached the car, Ben was asleep in Mom's arms. Sarah yawned but couldn't stop smiling. "This was the best day," she whispered. Dad nodded. "The Grand Canyon is pretty special, isn't it?" "Yeah," Sarah said. "I'm going to tell all my friends about it." And with that, the Peterson family drove off, leaving the magnificent canyon behind, but taking memories with them they would never forget.
Thanks for listening to this Historical Perspective. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe. Also, search for Historical Perspectives on Teachers Pay Teachers to learn more about other topics, such as the Golden Gate Bridge, Henry Ford, schools in the early 1900s, and so much more. Happy learning!